Something brought you here. And it wasn't by chance. The moment you clicked this video, your energetic field began to shift. A forgotten frequency, once guarded as a forbidden technique, is already resonating through you, awakening a power that has slept at the very root of your being. The Kundalini, coiled at your coccyx, waiting to rise. For centuries, this hidden gesture and silent activation were whispered only to initiates, because once awakened, it changes everything. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop pushing and start flowing. You stop hoping and start manifesting effortlessly. This is not about belief. This is not about rituals or complexity. This is about alignment, a shift so profound it bends reality itself. In the next few minutes, you will feel it. Your energy rising, your crown chakra opening, and your entire magnetic field reorganizing around a single truth. You were never meant to run after life. Life was meant to move toward you. Stay until the end, because what you are about to receive is not knowledge. It is activation.
Chapter 1. The effort that pushes everything away. From the very beginning, we were trained to believe that effort equals results. Run faster, fight harder, prove you deserve it. And so we grow up with this silent conviction that the more we struggle, the more likely we are to win. But there is an invisible law of the energetic field that most people never discover. Whatever you chase with urgency tends to move further away. This is not a metaphor. It is vibrational physics. It is your frequency speaking louder than your words. When you run out of fear of losing, when you push desperately to make it happen, the field does not hear your conscious intention. It only hears your emotional vibration. And urgency, no matter how powerful it feels, is the signature of lack. The field mirrors it back as obstacles, delays, and distance. This is the trap the ancient masters called the inverted field, a vibrational state where every action, no matter how well-intentioned, creates the opposite of what you desire. You have felt this before. You work relentlessly. You push harder than you ever thought possible, and still things slip right through your hands. It is not bad luck. It is frequency. Shiva, the destroyer of illusions, teaches the opposite path. Conscious surrender. The moment you stop fighting the current and allow the river to carry you. This is not passivity. This is vibrational intelligence. It is leaving survival mode and entering flow. The paradox is this. When you release urgency, you do not lose power, you unlock it. Because true strength is not about forcing the world, but about aligning with the frequency that moves it. From this moment on, you will begin to see excessive effort for what it truly is, not a badge of honor, but a symptom of disconnection. Today, that changes. Today, you begin to dissolve the inverted field and access Shiva's forgotten frequency, the forbidden technique that awakens the Kundalini, rising through your spine, touching the crown chakra, and unlocking a silent magnetism that allows you to manifest effortlessly. This is the first step. Stop running and start attracting.
Chapter 2. Shiva's Forgotten Frequency. There is a frequency few have ever touched. A field so subtle, so pure, it dissolves every trace of resistance the moment you enter it. The ancient mystics called it Shiva's forgotten frequency,
a vibration so sacred it was guarded as a forbidden technique, hidden from all but the most prepared initiates. This is not just energy. This is the origin point of effortless manifestation. Manifest effortlessly. And it begins inside your own body. Deep in the base of your spine lies the Kundalini, the coiled serpent of creation, the silent power most people never awaken. When you stop forcing, when you surrender into presence, something extraordinary begins. The Kundalini stirs. Slowly it rises, spiraling upward, piercing through the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, opening the throat, illuminating the third eye, and finally crowning you at the crown chakra, the highest gateway of consciousness. And when it reaches the top, everything changes. A stillness takes over, a clarity so sharp it feels like the noise of the world disappears. Your body feels lighter, as if gravity has loosened its grip, and your field, yes, your energetic field, enters a state of perfect alignment. In this alignment, there is no need to chase, to struggle, to beg life for blessings. You become the blessing. Opportunities, people, answers, they move toward you, not because you forced them, but because you have shifted your magnetism. This is what the masters knew. Reality bends not to the one who fights, but to the one who vibrates in coherence. Shiva's forgotten frequency is not a technique of the mind. It is a state of being, a silent activation of the field, a return to the natural flow of creation. And once you taste it, even for a moment, you will realize you were never meant to run. You were meant to radiate. You were meant to be sought by the very things you once chased.
Chapter 3: The Code of Inner Silence. At the very root of your being, deeper than bone, deeper than muscle, deeper than thought, there is a power asleep. The ancients called it Kundalini, the coiled serpent of creation, resting silently at the coccyx, curled 3.5 times like a spiral of pure potential. Most people will never feel it. They live entire lives running, chasing, exhausting themselves in the outer world, never knowing the sleeping treasure at their own base. But there is a way to wake it. Not by force, not by effort, by silence. The sages called it the Code of Inner Silence, a technique so subtle, so forbidden, that it was never written, only transmitted, heart to heart, presence to presence. And here it is. Stop. For one moment, stop controlling, stop pushing, stop reaching. Sit. Breathe. Listen. The coccyx, that tiny bone at the base of your spine, holds more than just structure. It holds memory. It holds power. And when you touch inner silence, that power stirs. You may feel it now. Like a faint vibration, a soft warmth, a subtle current awakening where you never felt energy before. And then it begins to move. Slowly, spiraling upward, piercing through the sacral where your creative force sleeps, through the solar plexus where your personal power awakens, through the heart where love and compassion expand, through the throat, unlocking your authentic voice,
through the third eye, igniting vision and inner clarity until finally it touches the crown chakra. A tingling at the top of your head, a feeling as if something invisible is opening above you. And in that moment, everything changes. The noise quiets, the mind softens, the field aligns. This is the silent activation, the forbidden technique that turns desperation into magnetism, chasing into attracting, effort into effortless manifestation. All from one thing: inner silence. Because silence is not absence. Silence is the birthplace of frequency. And when you touch that silence, even once, your life begins to bend toward you effortlessly.
Chapter 4: The Hidden Gesture, the physical seal of Kundalini alignment. There is a gesture, so simple you might overlook it, and yet so powerful it was once guarded as a forbidden technique. The ancients never described it with words. They only showed it in silence, during secret initiations hidden from the eyes of the unprepared. They called it the seal of alignment, a gesture that connects the sleeping Kundalini at your coccyx with the crown chakra at the top of your head, forming a single magnetic axis. Today, this knowledge is no longer forbidden. Today, you receive it. Here is what you do. Sit comfortably. Place your right hand gently over your heart, the center of coherence and resonance. Let your left hand rest downward by your side, palm facing the earth, anchoring your energy into the ground, stabilizing the magnetic field of your body. Now, close your eyes. Breathe. Do nothing else. Feel the coccyx, that primal root where the Kundalini still pulses in coils of potential. As you stay in this gesture, imagine that coiled energy awakening, rising again like a golden serpent, climbing through each chakra until it pierces the crown and spills upward, beyond your head, into the vastness of the universal field. You might feel it now, a tingling at your scalp, a subtle warmth in your spine, a calm magnetic presence expanding in your chest. This is not imagination. This is alignment. With one gesture, you are telling the universe, I am open, I am aligned, I am ready to receive. You are no longer asking, you are declaring. And in that declaration, the field responds instantly. You have now performed what was once called the gesture of effortless manifestation. Manifest effortlessly. A silent seal. A key that works not because you push, but because you finally allow. This is how magnetism is born, not from effort, but from surrender. Chapter 5: The Inversion of the Field, from repulsion to magnetic flow. For most of your life, the field around you has been speaking, but not in words. It speaks in events, in delays, in opportunities missed by a fraction of a second. It speaks in endless effort that somehow produces little return. This is what the ancients called the inverted field, a vibrational state where your own energy works against you, where every action carries within it a hidden signature of fear, of urgency, of lack. Think about it. How many times have you pushed harder,
tried every technique, repeated every affirmation, and yet felt reality slipping further away. It was not your lack of discipline. It was not bad luck. It was vibration. The inverted field is subtle. It hides behind noble intentions, like, I'm working hard, I'm doing everything I can. But deep down, the emotional signal is desperate, urgent, disconnected. And what does the universe mirror back? More resistance, more waiting, more not yet. This is why the gesture matters. Because the moment you placed one hand on your heart and the other toward the earth, the moment you let the Kundalini rise from the coccyx to the crown, the field inverted again, but this time in your favor. What once pushed everything away now draws everything closer. This is the great reversal. Urgency collapses into calm. Fear dissolves into trust. Control melts into flow. In this new resonance, opportunities that once seemed unreachable begin to move toward you, effortlessly. The field has shifted because you have shifted. And when your inner frequency changes, reality has no choice but to reorganize itself. You are no longer chasing. You are attracting. And the universe is already responding.
Chapter 6. The point of total surrender, where control dies and flow begins. There comes a moment, one that few dare to cross. The moment where the mind whispers, what if this doesn't work? What if you lose everything? What if you regret letting go? It is here, right here, that most people turn back. Because control feels safe. Control feels logical. Control is the illusion that says, if I hold it tight enough, I can shape it. But here's the truth. Control is the real block. And this is the threshold, the point of total surrender. To cross it is to die to the old way of being. You release the fight. You release the urgency. You even release the need to understand. And in that release, the Kundalini surges upward unobstructed. From the coccyx, the coiled energy unravels like a serpent, waking from an eternal dream, gliding through each chakra with a fluid grace until it touches the crown and bursts beyond. In that instant, a wave of silence washes over you. A silence so full, it feels alive. Your breath deepens, your chest feels lighter, and your mind stops. You are not thinking anymore. You are not calculating. You are not planning the next move. You are being moved. This is surrender. Not weakness, but strength. Not giving up, but stepping up. Not losing control, but dissolving the illusion of it. In this state, your field changes instantly. The magnetism becomes pure, stable, undeniable. You stop saying, I trust. You begin being trust itself. And in that vibration, the universe has no choice but to respond. Because surrender is not the end. Surrender is the beginning.
Chapter 7. Sustaining Shiva's frequency, keeping the magnetic flow alive. You have felt it now, the shift in the field, the stillness that came when you stopped chasing, the surge of Kundalini rising from the coccyx, piercing through your being and crowning you in silence. This is the frequency of Shiva, a vibration of calm, power, and effortless attraction. And now the question is, how do you keep it? The answer is simpler than you imagine. You keep it by remembering.
Remember to pause. Remember the gesture. Right hand on the heart, left hand to the earth. Remember to breathe and listen to the silence inside. These tiny moments, 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute before you sleep, 1 minute when the world tries to pull you back into urgency, they keep the energy awake. Each time you pause, the Kundalini remembers the path upward. Each time you choose stillness over struggle, the magnetism grows stronger. And over time, you will notice something extraordinary. The right people appear. The right opportunities find you. The answers you used to chase begin arriving on their own. This is not coincidence. This is resonance. Because you are no longer broadcasting fear or urgency. You are broadcasting alignment. And the universe responds to that signal every single time. Remember this, Shiva's frequency is not something you visit, it is something you become. So whenever doubt returns, whenever urgency whispers again, simply stop, breathe, and say quietly, I am already in the frequency. That is enough. Because once you have felt this power, even for a moment, it never leaves you. It only waits for your return.
If you felt this shift in your body, if you felt even a spark of that silent power rising from your coccyx to your crown, then write it now in the comments. I am already in the frequency. This is not just a phrase, it is an activation. Every time someone writes it, the field grows stronger, the resonance amplifies, and more people are drawn into this awakening. And if you are ready to go deeper, to stabilize this energy, to learn how to manifest effortlessly in your daily life, then click on the video appearing on your screen right now. It is the next step, the natural continuation of what you started here. Because you are no longer chasing. What you want is already chasing you. I will meet you there. Remember, you are already in the frequency.